my most amazing artists. Today we're gonna make an at-home clay recipe. It's actually called salt dough. You might have made it before, but it's really simple using some things that you have in your kitchen. We're gonna use flour, salt, and water, and that's it. Then you need a mixing bowl and some measuring cups, a spoon to mix it with, and then we need some clay tools. I'm gonna use a straw, toothpicks, and a fork. And of course, you need a cookie sheet to put all of your clay on. All right, once you have all those items gathered, let's go ahead and start making our salt dough.
To start making your salt dough, carefully measure out 1 cup of flour, a half of a cup of salt, and then you're going to go ahead and add in a half of a cup of cold water. Now, a trick to adding in the water is add in a little bit at a time, stir, 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 and then add a little bit more until all of the water is gone. It will take a little bit of time, but it will turn out a whole lot better. When you're doing recipes, part of the secret is patience. You have to have patience. At the very end, if it's still a little crumbly and you can't get it stirred all the way, I like to use my hands to finish mixing it all up. Speaking of using your hands, you are going to knead the dough. So if you look, my dough is a little bit crumbly. So I need to knead it to make it really into one nice dough. It's really going to make nice clay for us to work with. So I'm going to keep working it, keep massaging the dough. It's going to be super awesome. I am pressing it down flat, folding it, turning it, pressing it down flat, folding it, turning it. If your dough is sticking to your surface, you can sprinkle a little bit of flour lightly on it to make it not stick anymore. You don't have to if it's not sticking, but if it is sticking, use a little bit of flour, a little bit, not a lot. Too much flour is going to make it crumbly again. You're going to want to knead the dough for about 5 to 10 minutes. If you look at mine, it's starting to really form nicely. It's not crumbly looking anymore. I don't see any cracks in it anymore. This is the really fun part. It does take a little bit of time to do this. When you're all done, you're going to form your dough into a ball and do what's called let it rest. So form it into a ball, set it on your tray for about 20 minutes. This is a really good time to clean up your workspace. Go clean that bowl. When you're all done with that, we can go ahead and make our bunny. Okay, when I'm ready to make my bunny, I'm going to start by twisting off a small section of my clay, and I'm going to make this for the head. So I'm going to start squishing it in between my hands and rolling it in between my hands. I could also roll it on the surface on the counter if I wanted to until I have a nice smooth ball. It has no cracks, no bumps, no lumps. It might take you a little bit of time to do this part, but this part's going to be worth it to make it to take all that time. That way our bunny head is really super nice. Squish the clay down with your palm. You don't want to make it too thin that when it gets dried out or when it gets baked in the oven, it gets so thin that it's going to break and be very fragile. But you also don't want it to be so thick that it will never dry out and you will have clay that's just not as hard as you need it to be. I need it to be about as thick as a cookie. I noticed that when I started squishing out my clay that it kind of made an oval instead of a circle, and that's okay. I kind of like that for my bunny head. So I'm taking my fingers and pinching it out to kind of form the shape even more of a kind of a triangle-y, oval-y shape. I'm going to make some bunny face accessories the same way I made the head. I'm going to go ahead and start rolling out balls of clay. This time for his cheeks, since he has 2 cheeks, I had to pinch off 2 pieces of clay that were the same size. Roll them into a ball, squish them with my palm, and then they're ready to be put onto the bunny face. So cute. Next, I'm going to make the nose and the teeth the same way. The nose, I'm going to, when I squish it down, I'm going to pinch the top to make it into a triangle shape. And when I make the teeth, I'm going to roll it out and pinch it and turn it to make kind of a rectangle shape. Choose one of your clay tools to create different things like the lines in the teeth. So I'm going to use my toothpick to create a line down the middle for my teeth. I'm also going to use my toothpick to make little dots for his whiskers on his cheeks. And then I'm also going to use the same thing for his whiskers. You could use a fork for the whiskers. It's up to you. Create it the way that you'd like it. Remember, those clay tools are optional for you to use, so get creative with what you find. For the bunny eyeballs, you're going to make them the same way you made the cheeks. Roll out 2 pieces of clay, smash them down flat, place them onto your bunny head. If they're not the same size, that's okay. Get creative. It could be a silly bunny. For the bunny ears, roll out 1 big piece of clay, smash it out flat just like you made the bunny face, and then use one of your clay tools, either your fork or your toothpick, and cut it in half. Then you should have some really nice shaped bunny ears. If you want to reshape them a little bit, if you notice mine was a little rough, I can smooth it out with my fingers. If it's too pointy, you can go ahead and kind of smash down the top to make it not as pointy. That's up to you. You can make your bunny have any kind of personality you want. Maybe his ears are floppy, maybe they stand up, maybe your bunny has a bow tie. It's up to you. Get creative. When you are finished, it needs to bake in the oven with help from a parent at about 250 degrees for about 2 hours. Make sure that you watch it and don't let the thinner pieces like the ears get too brown. Mine got a little brown, but you know what? That's okay, because guess what we're going to do next? We're going to add our Color Baby color. We're going to paint it with any kind of paint that you have on hand will work. Watercolor works beautifully. You could even use markers if you needed to. But if you notice, the paint covers it up really nicely. You can't even tell that I had my ears a little too brown. Add any color you want. Any of your bunnies that you have painted, make sure you share it with Mrs. Howes. I can't wait to see them. Have fun, artists.